Hello. The fuck. Hello. Hello, everybody. My name is Spruce. And today, I'm going to be talking about the day my outlook on life changed. I hope you all enjoy. I'm going to go take a shower. Before I was the hairy, stinky gamer boy I am today, I was a sad game boy who only played on my 2DS. I had no idea about anything outside where I lived. Then, in the 7th grade, I was eventually given a laptop by my school. For schoolwork, of course, but outside school, I started watching TV shows and movies galore. I did this for 2 years, educating myself on what lied in wait in the world surrounding me. There was so much information. It intrigued me, yet scared me. With all this information about everyone else's lives and what they were doing, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my own. Ever since the 7th grade, I wanted to be like Markiplier, a YouTuber who has fun and makes funny videos for the masses. But the more I looked into it, the further it felt for me. I continued to consume as much content as my brain could hold, not knowing where to go in life because that dream of YouTube seemed impossible, or it seemed to be too much work for what it was. My life, my goals, all my aspirations I built up till now, I gave up on them, just depressingly watching any media I could find that slightly entertained me. This seemed to be my fate I was locked into, destined to work a 9-to-5 the rest of my life, with no goals or aspirations, only to be swept away under a carpet till I died. That was until the middle of my 9th grade year, when one of my best friends I ever had, and still have to this day, told me about a show he started watching. This show was One Piece. Now, up till this point, I never really understood the concept of anime or what it was. I mean, I had watched the basics such as Pokemon, Beyblade, Bakugan. Side note, I still have my Beyblade and Bakugan. I know, alpha male behavior. But, anyways, these were more kids' shows than anime. I never really fully discovered what anime was until 2 months later, but I'm getting ahead of myself. My friend told me that the show he started watching, One Piece, seems really interesting to him. He was going to save it and watch it later, but he said it looked pretty good for what he saw so far. So I said what any middle schooler would say to their dude bro friend at the time. That's cool. Then said nothing else. After school I went home, ate a snack, showered, and took a nap. Then after my customary 2-hour nap after every school day, I decided to go and watch the first 20 episodes of One Piece, which are free on Viz Media, I believe. I believe it's still free on Viz Media. So I finished those and was in awe of how amazing anime was. One Piece had a story and style of telling it I had never seen. I had to see more. But I was too young to have a job, and my parents preferred TV over streaming services, so I did what any One Piece fan would do and pirated the series. Got it? Pirate? Oh, you get the fucking joke. Anyways, after the first day, watching 20 episodes, I went back to school to tell my friend. He said, "What the fuck, you actually watched 20 episodes?" To that I replied, "Yes, mate." Okay, I'm done. I'm done with these pirate jokes. But after that, he replied with, "Cool, bro." Which sounded the start of my 2-month journey of going to school, coming home, binging One Piece, sleeping, going to school, and repeating. Binging all the weekends and in all of my spare time just to catch up with One Piece. And 2 months later, I had caught up with all 917 episodes that were out at the time. But I had a craving. Something was empty. I didn't want to catch up. I wanted to consume more, which eventually led me down the path of binging anime, leading me to where I am today. But enough of that. I made this video to talk about my outlook on life changing for the better. During those 2 months of happiness, sadness, anger, disbelief, even despair. None of those things changed my outlook. What changed my outlook was 2 scenes. Just 2 scenes of One Piece that changed how I look at life still to this day. The 2 scenes that motivated me to chase my dream of being a YouTuber, no matter how long it took or what got in the way, regardless if I got there or not. The first scene is actually a quote from the very first episode of One Piece where it all began. I say scene, but it's more of a quote. After Luffy and Koby had talked to each other for a while, Luffy told Koby that his dream was to be the Pirate King, which is a very difficult goal to achieve, by the way. I mean, it's been over 20 years of One Piece releasing, and Luffy still has not become the Pirate King. Regardless, after hearing that, Koby said it was impossible, and that you'll probably never achieve what you want, basically telling Luffy to give up on his goals. After hearing this, Luffy responds with my favorite quote in all of anime. Luffy says, "It's not about whether I can or not. I'm gonna do it because I want to. I've decided to be the king of pirates, so if I die fighting for that, that's fine with me." Now you might already be able to see what this means. Luffy has a dream that is almost close to impossible, but decided that he is going to devote his entire life to accomplishing said dream. He doesn't care if he never ends up accomplishing his dream. As long as he dies trying, he will be happy. To simplify, as long as you live life working towards your dream, you can die happily without regret. Now, this hit me a bit when I first saw it, but never really registered with me. Well, that was until episode 52. The second scene that solidified this ideology of life for me was during episode 52. Luffy and his crew he had gathered, along with his very own pirate ship, were about to set sail on their adventure in the Grand Line, stopping at Logtown before setting out. Their adventure was almost put to a complete stop. A pirate Luffy had fought before kidnapped Luffy and was about to execute him in front of his crew and the Navy and his friends. The execution was then stopped by his soon-to-be-revealed father at the time, which allowed them to escape. But before that happened, Luffy was on the verge of being beheaded. He tried to escape up until the very end, and at what Luffy had thought were his final moments, he smiled and told his crew, "Sorry, I'm dead." The journey he had set out on had only gone on for maybe a week or two, but in that week, he gathered a crew, a ship, and loyal friends. He had barely done anything to accomplish his dream. His foot was stopped right before going out the door. But regardless of what he hadn't done yet, he smiled in the face of death, since he was happy that he tried as hard as he could to accomplish his dream up to this point. He had no regrets. After the scene, Luffy's ideology of life truly stuck with me. I started looking forward in life, trying to do what I wanted. This way of thinking helped keep me at bay in times of depression, because I thought, I have time to accomplish my dream. Even if I don't have all the tools to do anything yet, at least I can imagine how I'm going to do it eventually. One Piece, Luffy, really helped me stop taking life for granted, because every moment in your life you should enjoy. If something gets in the way of your dream, just power through it, since you're still moving towards your goal, which should always be more important than accomplishing it. So with that, I am making a statement. The people listening, myself, and my future self. Regardless of what happens, I'm gonna try and do whatever it takes to make YouTube my full-time job. No, not that. Then it makes me sound like I just want money. I want to do YouTube out of passion. So, for as long as I live, I'm gonna put content out on the internet that I am proud and passionate about. So with that said, thank you for watching up to this point, and I hope you will see me through to the end. Peace out.